course, we know about Matt Painter and the Boilermakers, 4 straight NCAA tourneys, second longest streak in the Big Ten, and of course being led by their All-American, Carson Edwards, who controls the opening tip.
It's going to be interesting to see what Iowa does defensively against Edwards. Just a dynamite scorer can get it so many different ways.
There's Grady Eifert out top. This is Klein. Now Nojel Eastern. Eastern across the lane, left it short, and Bohannon has the rebound for Iowa.
I like that decision, though, by Eastern to go at Bohannon, a big-time size advantage in the paint. We've got to be more comfortable and confident shooting that shot.
There's Bohannon, shot clock at 15. Guarded by Eastern, an outstanding defender. And now speaking of defense, Carson Edwards knocked it away. It looked like it went off of his foot. They're going to give it to the Boilers.
Yeah, I thought that may have gone off of Carson Edwards' foot there.
I thought so, too.
Oh, no. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's early.
And, you know, the unique perspective that we have sitting really close to the floor here in Mackey Arena gave us a bird's eye view on that one.
We may have had the best view in the house.
I agree. And I don't mind that at all, Dave.
No, it's good. It's a nice perk. There's Eastern. Now out of the corner. Eifert getting the first 2 of the game. This is a Purdue team that is very reliant on the 3. About 48% of its points coming from behind the arc. That is far and away the highest in the Big Ten.
Really did a good job of spacing the floor, and they're going to challenge Iowa. These guys that were on Iowa's team last year should remember what happened to them in Iowa City.
And 23s in that game for Purdue. That was a Big Ten record. There's Boudreau. He thought about it. Easter now on the drive.
Well, Nojel Easton has such an unorthodox game where he can jump off the wrong foot, finish with either hand in the paint, and he's got great size.
Start for the homestanding Boilers. This is Tyler Cook, the star for the Hawkeyes. Now Bohannon, shot clock at 10. Cook, it's a head of steam. They get it in the corner, and Wieskamp hits the 3.
Well, I like Wieskamp. He is a cool, calm, collected freshman. Great size at the 2-guard position. Very confident.
Fran McCaffrey talking about just that today, said literally nothing phases him. That's unusual for a first-year player. Here is Edwards, second leading scorer in the nation. That one rims out. And going over the back on Nicholas Baer.
Dave, let's look at the floor spacing at Purdue, and this is how they're going to try to attack the longer, taller Iowa Hawkeyes. Try to space them out a little bit. Tyler Cook won't get credit for this, but he initiated the action. They got Wieskamp that open look.
Edwards. This one goes. First points of the game for Edwards, who scored at least 19 in every game this year for the Boilers.
You know how hard that is to do, Dave, when everybody is game playing against you, and you're still able to score the rock?
They get Moss back door, and he throws down the jam.
Isaiah Moss is going to be key tonight. If he can make Carson Edwards work on the defensive end, that might get into his legs a little bit.
Boudreau, the transfer from Dartmouth. Now Klein being hounded by Baer, who's an outstanding defender. Klein weaving his way through, leaves it for Eastern. Nifty little reverse. 4 early points for Nojel Eastern, and Purdue on top 10-5.
I admit something, Dave. I never thought Ryan Klein would have such a high assist-to-turnover ratio. When he first came to Purdue, was primarily a spot-up shooter. Man, has he expanded his game.
There's Wieskamp, identical spot, identical result.
Joe Wieskamp, you don't know whether he's happy or sad. Facial expression never changes. Just ready to ball.
Carson Edwards. Hesitation, the reverse rolls in. Beautifully done.
Well, the threat of the three-point shot has allowed Purdue dribble drive attacks on the rim. nice job of mixing their offense up early.
And talking about Painter today, he said we don't have the low post game that we've had in previous years with Isaac Haas, but so we need to get to the basket. That's our low post game, and we've seen that early. They're 5 of 7 through the field. Moss answers with a jumper, and Iowa hanging around despite the hot start from the Boilers.
I'm telling you, Iowa has been a different team on the road in recent memory, but they look locked in tonight, understanding the opportunity they have in Mackey.
Here's steal by Cook. Boudreau able to track it down. Obviously, shot clock does not reset, so it is now at 10. Edwards, he didn't need 10 seconds.
No, he rarely does. He's got the neon green light, as he should.
Here's Wieskamp weaving through, rolls out of bounds off of Boudreau.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that you're watching a very special player in Carson Edwards. Don't take an eye off of this young man because there's always something new in store.
12-10 Purdue early on over Iowa here in West Lafayette. It has been a very emotional week, as you can imagine. Dave Revson back with Stephen Pardo. We're both wearing the pins to honor Tyler Trent, who passed away on New Year's Day at the age of 20 after an incredibly courageous battle with bone cancer. He has become identified with Purdue athletics, with the university as a whole, as an advocate for childhood cancer, and you can just feel it in the building here tonight, Steve.
You can. It's subdued because we've grown accustomed to Mackey Arena being the loudest arena in the Big Ten. It's a little bit subdued. I think the hot action from the players will warm up the fans here, though, because it is high-level basketball being on display right now between these two teams.
Shot clock at 3 as Tyler Cook recognizes it. Misses there. Wieskamp the offensive rebound. Moss got it.
Isaiah Moss got that first dunk to go down, and he is a guy that may be more effective whether his first shot goes in or out than anyone in the conference. He makes Iowa very dangerous when he's on.
Talking about this Purdue team and how heavily reliant they are on the three. It's Iowa that's 3 of 3 from behind the arc so far. Matt Harms into the game. It's the third straight game he's been coming off the bench. Matt Painter told me he really loves the energy that Harms brings, but probably didn't like that turnover.
Well, it looked like he forced the issue there. Tyler Cook has some quick hands and he able to knock that away, but great offensive efficiency by both teams entering tonight, and nothing has changed due to this hot start.
Purdue shooting 56%. Iowa putting them to shame at 71%. It's been an impressive offensive display for both these teams here early on. Wieskamp's been a big part of that. Here's Moss. Them to shame at 71%. It's been an impressive offensive display from both these teams here early on. Wieskamp's been a big part of that. Here's Moss.
Iowa doing a good job of the ball not sticking.
An offensive foul setting the screen there. Goes on Kriener. That is his first.
I like Ryan Kriener. I think he does a lot. He brings a lot of toughness to this Iowa ball club. An incredible wingspan, over 7-foot wingspan on his reach. So he's very versatile, gives up his body, provides a lot of toughness on the front line.
And they really need him with Cordell Pemsel and Jack Nunchi out for the year. I mean, his role figures to increase significantly here down the stretch, but it did not play as much as those guys a year ago.
And then you throw in Luka Garza and his uncertainty with his ankle. It's imperative that he comes out and has big minutes.
Your turnover there by the freshman Aaron Wheeler. Shot clock at 7. Harms, good feed back door, and nicely done. Eric Hunter, another freshman getting the lay-in. And Purdue makes something out of nothing there and retakes the lead.
I thought Isaiah Moss did a fantastic job of denying Carson Edwards the basketball that time, but Connor McCaffrey fell asleep for just a split second, and it cost him.
Here's Cook. Ooh! Wow. Right on the freshman Wheeler.
Ooh, that's big brother treating little brother badly that time. Oh, my goodness. Tyler Cook looking at Wheeler like a free lunch.
Oh. Edwards. Arms, lefty hook that falls.
Matt Harms is going to be much better coming off the bench for Purdue. A guy that's really emotional, plays with a lot of energy. And Dave, a lot of times he was getting worn out in the first few minutes of the game because he's so hyped up. Those type of guys do much better coming off the bench.
Wieskamp, shot clock at 10. Wieskamp through the lane, and he was fouled.
Dave, I've seen this look. Only I was on a Nerf hoop when it happened, but Tyler Cook sees Wheeler. He's like, there's no way Wheeler's going to keep me from getting to the rim. Quick rip move, power at the rim. Tyler Cook, impressive.
There's a little bit of a stare down there, too. It just, Wheeler had his back to him. Didn't see it. And Kriener now to go off his hands and out of bounds. So a turnover for the Hawks.
On the road in the Big Ten. You wonder why those coaches go crazy over those. They look like innocent turnovers, but boy, do they add up and make a difference.
Moss trying to stay in front of Edwards. And Edwards is fouled on his way to the basket.
Wow, Edwards is just relentless with the basketball. Again, I want our viewers to understand how talented this young man is. Don't get caught up on the second in the nation scoring in terms of just watching him, you know, try to shoot, get his shot off. He can score in so many different ways. Well, I'm so impressed with Carson.
And the free throw line is one of those ways. He leads the Big Ten in free throw percentage, shooting nearly 89% on the season.
I talked to Matt Painter before the game. He says he thinks Carson Edwards might be the best scorer he's ever coached. And that's saying something because we've got a colleague of ours at Big Ten Network, Robbie Hummel, that was a heck of a ball player, could score. And Carson Edwards in that kind of category, that's rarefied air.
Foul there on Sasha Stefanovic, who just checked in for him.
Well, Tyler Cook showing you why he's one of the most powerful players in the Big Ten. Letting Aaron Wheeler know, welcome to the Big Ten, young fella.
Ball on BTN is presented by Rocket Mortgage, by Quicken Loans, and by State Farm. Here to help life go right. Talk to his State Farm agent today. Hot start for both of these teams. Purdue on top of Iowa 18-15. Dave Revson, Stephen Bardo back with you as we take a look at Matt Painter. 14th year here at Purdue. How is that even possible?
It's amazing. And, you know, to think that Kendall and I beat up on him when he was a freshman and to see what he turned into now has been fun to see. I say beat up on him, but we never won here.
I was just going to say, you were talking before the game about your success rate here. Here's Cook. Blocked away. And Edwards comes out of there with it for Purdue.
I like the way Aaron Wheeler responded that time. He got dunked on the first time. This time he comes from the weak side with the block.
Foul out top on Cook. That is his first.
Sometimes redshirt freshmen might get intimidated by this, but Cook tries to go the other side. Aaron Wheeler, good job of the block and keeping it inbounds. That's a nice response by the young fella.
There you see Wheeler, who's really come on offensively, had 15 points in the game against Maryland. Matt Painter was saying he won us the game. He's their third leading scorer, was their third leading scorer in December. Here's Edwards, baseline Eastern. Like he was fouled there, and so he'll go to the line.
Like he got tripped by Isaiah Moss, I believe. Let's hope he can shake that off.
Doing a little shimmy out there to try to get the ankle going again. Foul is on Moss, his first.
Watch when he plants. Nice feed by Carson Edwards. Right? Oh, yeah. Actually turned it a little bit.
Eastern at the free throw line, where it's kind of been an adventure over the last couple of years for him as he hits the first free throw, but he shot him really well Saturday against Belmont. 6 of 7 from the line. He's now 10 of 20 on the year. Rolls that one out.
Well, it's important for Nojel Eastern to get some confidence from that line if you want to be in the game late when it really matters. It's an integral part to the team, but if you can't stick your free throws, it's tough to be late game situation.
That's Bear. Rattles it home.
Bear trap at it again. Nicholas Bear, one of my favorite players to watch in the Big Ten. Plays with uncommon energy, does a lot for his team.
It's not a good decision there by Stefanovic. I'm not sure what Harms was going to do with that one, even if he caught it. 19-17, Purdue on top. There you see Fran McCaffrey, 9th year with the Hawkeyes, trying to get them back to the NCAA tournament this year after missing 2 tourneys in a row.
What is it with the guys from Philadelphia, man? Jay Wright, Pat Chambers, and Fran McCaffrey are always dressed well, like really well. I mean, and Fran McCaffrey's hair looks maybe better than Jay Wright.
Here's Ryan Kriener through the lane, and he traveled. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe good haberdashers.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Yeah, he does look great. He always looks great.
Yeah, and trim. I mean, you know, Fran's about 6'6", 6'5". Was an outstanding point guard in college. It's like he can still play a little bit.
Got a couple sons who can play, that's for sure.
He's got that right.
Harms trying to back in on Kriener, goes to the hook, and it falls again for Matt Harms. 4 points now.
We'd love to see when players play within their game. And Matt Harms doing exactly that.
Here is McCaffrey. Misses that one. And the Boilers the other way. Edwards had a step right to the hoop and lays it in. And he just needs a small crack there, and he goes. Bohannon trying to answer, rattles out. Harms the rebound for Purdue.
Well, you look at Carson Edwards and you look at his size, and you're thinking like, well, he can't get at the rim. Yes, he can.
That one swatted away by Bear. Edwards unhappy, wanted a foul. McCaffrey now the other way to Bear. Nice move to get into the lane, and he'll go to the stripe. Oh, when the action ends, the big show takes over. Highlights from around the conference, in-depth analysis and more. The big show tonight, 11:30 Eastern Time. Foul on Wheeler, his first, so that sends Bear to the free throw line. And I mean, you talk about it, it's just become such a fun player in this league, and it's a great story. A kid who started as a walk-on. His sister alerted Fran McCaffrey about his game, told him, you need to check out my brother who's playing over at Bettendorf High School, saw him in the state tournament, loved him, and the rest is history. Ends up as 6th man of the year in the Big Ten. Just a remarkable story.
He's a great young man to talk to. I've developed a little bit of a relationship with him. Met his parents. I see why he is the way he is because of his parents and the stand-up character that they possess. And it's just fun to see young people work hard and be rewarded for it.
Absolutely. Hits 1 of 2 free throws. Those are the first free throws of the game for the Hawkeyes. We're nearly 11 minutes in.
Interesting that time. Iowa goes to 3-quarter court pressure. Trying to take Purdue out of their rhythm a little bit.
Eastern with the floater, rims out, comes out to Klein, open for 3.
Tell you what, Eastern knew he couldn't come down with that. Taps it out to Klein. Best time to shoot a 3.5 court is from an offensive rebound.
Cook to Macy Daly. Contact and an offensive foul.
Great anticipation here. Stefanovic recognizing where Macy Daly is going. And watch the tip. Nice job by Eastern. Out to Ryan Klein, and that's going to be the easiest 3 he may have all evening.
Gives Klein a little bit of confidence. He was coming off that 0-of-5 game from behind the arc against Belmont. It's the biggest lead of the game for the Boilers. Here is Klein. Now Stefanovic. Nice feed from Eastern. Now down low, laying it up and in is Trevion Williams. First 2 for the freshman from Chicago. And the lead now is double figures.
Williams gives them a big body. Harms gives him size and agility. But Williams can match the size of Tyler Cook on the paint.
A true low post presence. Hawks have gone 3 minutes without a field goal. Cook trying to end that, and he does not. So a held ball there. Emotional night. There you see Tyler Trent in the paint crew. Tyler Trent worked for the student newspaper here at Purdue, but talking to people here today, they were saying, you know, Tyler Trent liked to come out. He would do the pregame story for the student paper, get the quotes and all that. But when the game came around, he wanted to be in the stands, rooting on his school. Of course, passed away unfathomably at the age of 20 earlier this week, but someone who just loved this university, and this university loved him back, Steve.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And it's so fascinating to me how sports can take some of the adversity in life and turn it into something special. How many people has this young man affected through his battle? And we want to send well wishes to the radio announcer for Purdue, Larry Clisby, as well.
Yeah.
Having his own battle with cancer. Stay strong, Larry.
Got a chance to visit with him before the game. Great to see him back calling the games that he loves. That one missed by Nicholas Baer. Now Purdue trying to build on this 10-point lead.
And you know, Dave, to really cap off Tyler, everybody knows someone that's dealing with cancer. It's just and I'm going to say it, cancer sucks.
Yeah.
I can't say it enough.
Stefanovic is over the backboard. No doubt. I mean, you think of Fran McCaffrey and his family has been affected. Anybody in the world. I mean, we talk about this so much. It's the disease that so profoundly affects everyone. There's Fran McCaffrey. Of course, his son Patrick had a well-documented battle and has overcome that, coming back to be the best basketball player of his age in the state of Iowa. He'll be here playing for the Hawkeyes next year, but cancer affects us all. And what Tyler Trent realized is Cook misses inside but draws the foul. Tyler Trent realized that he wasn't necessarily going to win the battle, but that he could help others win it. I got a chance to spend some time with him when we were here for BTN tailgate, and that was what stood out to me. He said, I just don't want other kids to have to go through what I'm going through. And that, to have that kind of self-awareness and that kind of long-term view at the age of 20, that's incredible.
Well, the young man seems to be the type that wasn't counting his days. He was making his days count. And the legacy that he's leaving behind is going to be a tremendous one.
There you see the button that both Fran McCaffrey and Matt Painter sporting those, again, in memory of Tyler Trent. Cook hitting the first free throw. He has one more, hits them both. Points the Hawkeyes desperately needed, Steve.
Yeah, they really did, because Purdue, I mean, it's been interesting. Purdue is a 14-4 advantage in points in the paint. I don't know that many people would have expected that to start this game with the size that Iowa brings.
Here's Hunter for three. It's off the mark. Boudreau, though, the offensive board, muscling it back up, doesn't go. And here comes Cook. Cook showing off some ball handling skills. Being guarded by Edwards. Now Moss, back heel and out. And the rebound will go to Purdue.
Talk about Carson Edwards, one of the special players in all of college basketball. Look at the elevation at the rim, getting past the defense. He can shoot it when he comes in the gym, and then getting, once again, the acrobatic attacks on the rim. Fun to watch.
Edwards on cue into double figures again with 12, his 34th straight double-figure game.
You know, and I give credit to the freshman Eric Hunter Jr. that time. He looked like he had a jump shot from the free throw line, but he knows where Purdue's bread is buttered. Gave it back to Edwards.
And now the Hawkeyes turn it over. Really struggling offensively. Remember, they started 6 of 8 from the field. They're 1 of 7 since, and now in an 11-point hole.
Tyler Cook's got to touch the basketball. The last time down, when Moss shot the three, Carson Edwards was trying to guard Tyler Cook. You've got to take advantage of that matchup.
There's Boudreau. And Boudreau rolling to the hoop, gets a nice feed from Klein. And Evan Boudreau gets his first 2 points. 13-point lead. Moss, good feed to Cook.
It's nice action right there. Moss being aggressive, looking for a shot, drew the defense, allowing Cook for the easy deuce. That might get Tyler going.
Purdue sharing the ball beautifully. 13 field goals, 11 have been assisted. Whistle. And a foul going to go against the Boilermakers. It's on Eric Hunter, the freshman. That's his first.
Bill Eck was across the court, and he was emphatic with that call. We got a veteran officiating crew here. DJ Carstensen, Bill Eck, and Brian Dorsey. No doubt in his mind that foul occurred.
And a foul on the other end. That goes against Nojel Eastern. That is the first on the sophomore.
I like what Purdue and Nojel Eastern are doing to Bohannon, though. Trying to pick him up full court, trying to make him work a little bit, because outside of Bohannon and McCaffrey, there's not many ball handlers and offense initiators for Iowa right now.
Bohannon averages in double figures, has yet to score in this one. Wieskamp was hot early, trying to get going again. That doesn't go, goes out of bounds off the Hawks, and it's Purdue basketball.
So you notice Joe Wieskamp gets away with that spin move in the non-conference. But once Big Ten conference play starts, it gets a little bit more physical. Guys start scouting you. Ryan Klein did an excellent job of staying on that spin and forcing that miss.
This is Wheeler creating some space.
Aaron Wheeler's going to be a player here. He's only going to get stronger, 6'9", smooth stroke.
Red-shirted a year ago. Feed inside, and Cook missing from point-blank range. Boudreau chases it down, and Purdue trying to build on a 13-point lead. Edwards, right to the... And Fran McCaffrey needs a timeout.
Well, Purdue getting anything they want at the rim, or if they can't get to the rim, they can create off the bounce on the perimeter. Aaron Wheeler with a smooth fadeaway. Welcome back to Mackey Arena, where Purdue has gotten hot all of a sudden because of actions like this. Watch Evan Boudreau setting the screen for Klein, and then watch this really good action. You'll see Boudreau come up. There'll be a ball exchange. Klein looks like he's going to come, Dave, and shoot the three, but watch Boudreau slip to the rim. Joe Wieskamp gets caught up in the traffic of bodies. Excellent job by Purdue on the offensive execution in half court, and Evan Boudreau needed that badly. He came off a season low, 2 points in their last game against Belmont. It's a good sign for Purdue.
And now 18 points in the paint for the Boilers, and we talked about it, 48% of their field goal attempts are from three-point range, second highest of any power conference team. Matt Painter was saying today, as Baer tries a three of his own and hits it, big shot there for Iowa. Matt Painter was saying, you know, look, to a certain extent, we're going to live and die by the three, but we'd certainly like to get it inside more. And they've done that today. 24 field goal attempts, only 8 threes.
They have, and they've really spaced the floor well. We just showed the action of what they've done, but they'll go into some motion sets where it's 5 out and no one in.
Another one down low, and Wheeler throws it down. They are picking Iowa apart. Again, an Iowa team that's playing without Luka Garza, at least to this point. Missed the last 2 games with an ankle injury. And they have missed him. Offensive foul on Cook, setting the screen. That is his second. As we look at our State Farm assist to the game, Stephen.
Carson Edwards can not only score the basketball, that's an excellent pass. Saw where Aaron Wheeler was going to slip, and Wheeler gets the ball in the bucket and knows what to do with it.
Wheeler now with 4 off the bench, 12 bench points in this game for Purdue, none for the Hawkeyes.
I think Matt Painter is going to have the opposing forward for Aaron Wheeler dunk on him the first time he gets in the game, because ever since then he has been spectacular.
It's the turning point.
Right?
Here's Klein. Weaving in, goes to the right hand, doesn't go, and a foul on Harms. Tried to rip it away from Greener, and Greener will go to the line.
Ryan Kriener did a really good job of staying down and staying in front of Ryan Klein. Klein's eyes got big as saucers when he saw Kriener, but Ryan doing a good job of holding his feet.
Kriener to the free throw line, coming up the half, sends you back to Rick Pizzo and John Crispin, the State Farm halftime report. Coming up just a few minutes from now as Kriener gets his first point, the junior from Spirit Lake, Iowa. 6'9". He was a guard as a kid. He had a huge growth spurt in 8th and 9th grade and has maintained some of that perimeter game. Nice touch from the stripe.
You can see he's got good form with his shot. He doesn't take a lot of opportunities because he's got other guys who are better on the offensive end. But I see him take a few more shots and give him the chance.
Wheeler. Wow. Aaron Wheeler been a huge factor so far in this game. 7 points off the bench. And the lead back up to 15. Bohannon trying to answer, and he does. And then we have a whistle down low as Kriener went down. Count the basket, says DJ Carstensen, and a foul on Purdue. It's on Nojel Eastern, his second.
I really liked how Bohannon got himself open. Eastern was all over Bohannon. When Eastern slipped, he threw it to Kriener, got it right back, got set. So he would get that look off.
So a chance now for a 5-point play, conceivably, for Iowa. It's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Hawkeyes.
I tell you what, it was a huge break for them.
And Kriener hits the free throw. Take a look at it again here, Steve.
You see Nojel Eastern just trying to box out Ryan Kriener, but got a little aggressive there with the chicken wing. Maybe a little drama on Kriener's part.
Heck of a trip there for the Hawks. They get 5 points out of it and cut the lead back to 10.
Be interesting to see how the Hawkeyes can close this first half. Can they get some defensive stops?
Edwards. This is Hunter. Hunter trying to drive, and he gets the roll.
Well, Hunter's got a good feel, doesn't he? When he gets the basketball.
Bohannon staring Harms in the face, still got it up on the rim, and a foul on the rebound.
Hunter trying to shake the cobwebs out a little bit.
Kriener's a big guy. Hit him hard there. Nothing malicious, but
looked like he lost his balance too, trying to go for the swipe.
So that sends Hunter to the free throw line. Good 7 points on Saturday against Belmont. Also career high 5 rebounds. He scored 20 points over the last 2 games. This bench has gotten significantly better for Purdue, and we've certainly seen it here tonight.
I agree, Dave, and it gives them a different dynamic as a team. You know, they struggled in the non-conference slate because they played one of the toughest non-conference schedules in the country. Numbers and the bench production right there kind of illustrate what we're talking about.
Yeah, there you see it. I mean, significant jump from the bench production, and Hunter hitting both his free throws now. 6 points. 9 different players have scored here for Purdue. Talked all year about getting a second scorer. They've got a second through 9th scorer in this game. Wieskamp doing a job there for Iowa. His third 3 cuts it back to 11.
Watch Carson Edwards to get a shot up here. He hadn't touched it in a while. He's going to be aggressive.
Misses that one. Harms is fouled inside by Riley Till.
And Harms understanding that when Carson Edwards gets the rock, run to the rim, big fella. He might be going up, or you might get a pass cutting to the rim.
Rick Pizzo, John Crispin standing by the State Farm halftime report. Harms shooting a pair and hits the first one. 5 points now for the sophomore from Amsterdam. Tied his career high with 8 rebounds on Saturday against Belmont. Nice touch from the stripe.
Boy, doesn't he look comfortable coming off the bench?
Yep.
I mean, he's engaged. He's active defensively, and he's looking for a shot.
Final minute and a half. McCaffrey to Moss. Here's Edwards the other way.
Arms looks like he got a piece of that shot. Coming from behind.
Hobbling a little bit, though, too, here. Arms big size advantage on Till. Pulls his way in, and he'll go back to the stripe.
I think you're right, Dave, that Harms did something. But isn't it interesting how miraculously when guys get the basketball, that injury clears up real quick? And it depending on if they make or miss, it comes back all of a sudden. Isn't that amazing?
That is for sure. Yeah. Amazing how much more energy you have on the offensive end. And Harms hits another one. So 3 straight here. I mean, what a story he is, huh? Came over from Amsterdam. Became obsessed with basketball. He didn't play until he was 11 years old. Didn't make the first team he tried out for. And then he was offered a pro contract in Spain at the age of 18. Decided to come over to the U.S. and ended up at Sunrise Christian Academy. Was seen as a project. I mean, the 346th ranked player in his class. But, man, he's been a great addition here for Purdue.
He really has, and he's a testament to the player development that Purdue does year in, year out. You see it in Matt Painter's teams often.
So 100 in the first half here for the Boilers. Macy Daly, well short. Edwards with 6 seconds. Edwards through everybody, lays it in. A fitting ending to an impressive half of basketball for the
bounce. They spread them out. Nice backdoor cut there. Wheeler gets an easy dunk. They've had a traditional post up there with Harms. But then yet another dribble attack on the rim, and then Carson there was a one-man fast break. Getting busy at the end of the first half. Purdue getting pretty much anything they want in the paint.
You see first half scoring, Iowa blowing away Purdue blowing away in this game against Iowa what it did in the first 2 games, and it's the most points also that Iowa has allowed in a half this season. We've talked a lot about the focus on defense for the Hawkeyes, and it has been better than a year ago, but you wouldn't know it from watching what the Boilers have done early on. As Edwards, the deep 3 that doesn't go, Eastern trying to track down the rebound. Eifert deflects it to Boudreau. Now Edwards. And they're going to say a foul on the Boilermakers. It's on Boudreau. That'll be his first.
Aggressive sequence, though, by Purdue coming out in the first half and pounding the offensive glass at time. Eastern had a crack at it. Boudreau did as well. Goes the other way, but you like the effort if you're Matt Painter.
Through the lane, and Cook. Will they count it? They will.
I like that set call to get your leading scorer getting something going to the rim. Pick and roll, he slips. Klein thinks it's on the floor, but they give him the continuation.
Second foul on Klein, so Cook to the free throw line. Iowa, this will be the 11th free throw attempt of the game for the Hawkeyes, a team that has made its living at the free throw line this year. Second in the nation in attempts per game at nearly 30, and first in makes at 22. So to only have attempted 11, again, helps explain why they have dug this deficit. Klein. Now Eastern. Eastern is trapped. Works his way out of it, now turns it over.
Nice job by the Hawkeyes forcing the turnover there on the double team.
Deflected out of bounds by Edwards. He thought it went off of Moss.
Fans don't like that one.
It certainly did not hit Edwards.
Iowa's got to take advantage of this break.
And now a foul inside on the Boilers. So a couple calls don't go Purdue's way. That's the second quick one on Boudreau.
Well, this one is obvious because you can see Tyler Cook as he's going for the basketball. His body changes direction. He's so strong that somebody had to grab him, and Boudreau got him that time.
Down low, Moss, and Edwards fouled him.
Wow, it was almost like Carson Edwards knew where that play was going. He met Isaiah Moss right at the rim. I don't know if that was a late reaction or that was a scouting report situation, but the timing was there. He just came down too hard.
Fourth foul of the half on Purdue. Iowa yet to commit one as Moss hits the free throw. Now 8 points for the junior from Chicago. Hits the second one as well. Saturday, Bruno Fernando and the Terrapins travel to the rack to meet up with Eugene Omoruyi and the Scarlet Knights. Big Ten basketball presented by Jeep on Saturday.
So you can see the emphasis of Iowa trying to get into the penalty so they can get to that free throw line. Slow down this attack of Purdue. Free throws are some of the best ways to break offensive rhythm from your opposing team.
Great interior passing, and Eastern lays it in.
Purdue has really done a good job of getting out of the double teams that Iowa somehow throws at them. And they've done a good job of getting to the next pass and looking opposite.
Wieskamp hit 3 threes in the first half. This is Moss around the screen. Rims it out, and Eastern corrals the board. Nice pass to Boudreau.
See, when Isaiah Moss or his teammates take questionable shots like that, there's not good defensive balance by Iowa, leading to an open layup for Purdue.
Ball goes on Eifert, his second.
So you see the shot. There are 5 players that were below the free throw line. If you're Iowa, Evan Boudreau just runs right to the rim and gets an easy look. And then there's a double team. They get it out. Swing, look opposite. Easy layup. Nice execution by Purdue.
Cook, and they turn it over.
Cook's got to turn and look for the bucket. He was wide open at the free throw line. He's looking at Wieskamp, the freshman, trying to connect with him. If he squares up to the basket, he's got a free throw line jumper.
This is Carson Edwards. 16 in the first half for the nation's second leading scorer, and he drains the 3 there. It's that magical 19 mark now. Every game this year has scored at least 19. Here's Moss, gets Edwards in the air. Doesn't go. Rebound to Klein. We got a foul on Cook. That's number 3 on Tyler Cook. 19-point lead for Purdue. Stephen, you talked before the game about what's on the line here.
Yeah, well, you're looking at Iowa. In the gauntlet that is the Big Ten this season, you do not want to go down 0-3. And then Purdue wants to keep their record stellar at home, because if you're going to compete in this league, you got to take care of business at home and hope to win about half of your games on the road.
They have a brutal stretch. 6 of their next 7, including tonight, against ranked teams. Let's see if the rankings hold. Edwards misses that one. Cook snatches the rebound. 8 of their first 9, if those teams remain ranked, will be against ranked teams in Big Ten play. Foul there is called on Harms.
I like that.
2 on him.
I like that decision by Cook, Dave, because, look, you got Matt Harms on skates. You got a big fella. He's not used to sliding side to side, trying to keep a locomotive like Tyler Cook out of the paint. You know, Iowa's down big. If they can get into this penalty, they start to cut into this lead slowly.
Harms the board off the Bohannon miss. Edwards to the hoop.
Isaiah Moss must have said something to him, because the last couple of times Carson Edwards has scored, he's had a lot of rebuttal to Isaiah Moss.
Here's Bear after Eifert went down. Edwards the rebound. Edwards, good feed to Eifert, but it went through his hands. Klein for three. Rims out. Harms the rebound, and he is fouled.
Carson Edwards, dynamic guard, goes on the left, switches to the right, and his teammates love it.
In Mackey Arena, Sunday, a full slate of men's Big Ten matchups coming your way. Illinois Northwestern at 1. A top 25 battle between Nebraska and Iowa at 5:30. Then Wisconsin and Penn State in the nightcap. It is all Sunday on BTN. You see Luka Garza featured there for the Hawkeyes. There's Garza on the bench today, and that's where he's been throughout this game, battling an ankle injury, has yet to play. Again, we were told he was cleared to play, but in talking to Fran McCaffrey today, it sounded like he was very reticent to use him, and we have seen that here tonight.
I like Fran McCaffrey's decision on that. He's thinking long-term.
Yep.
Luka Garza, I get it. Player, you want to get out here and play. Purdue was +9 on the glass while missing Luka Garza. That's usually a strength for Iowa on the glass. A big fellow having to watch from the sideline.
Arms into double figures. It's now an 11-0 run for Purdue. So they've extended the lead out to 23 points. Biggest it has been. Connor McCaffrey. There's Wieskamp. Wieskamp left it short. Cook collects the rebound and puts it in. Tyler Cook playing with 3 fouls. Now into double figures with 11.
You know, the scoring hasn't been the issue for Iowa. They can score the basketball. They just haven't been able to get any stops.
It's a team that has gotten better defensively this year, but you wouldn't know it from watching it tonight. They're just getting carved up.
They really are. And at some point, you want your upperclassmen to step up and say something. Tyler Cook, Nicholas Baer. These guys have to challenge their teammates. They want to get better on the defensive end.
Now a 32-10 advantage in the paint for Purdue. That runner doesn't go for McCaffrey. Cook gets it back and muscles it in.
So this might be Iowa's best offense here from here on out down the stretch. Get it on the glass, go get the offensive glass and get a putback. Hunter picks up the dribble. Now Klein. Shot clock at 10 for the Boilers. Arms down low. Rolls it home. No hesitation by Matt Harms in terms of getting the mismatch that he wanted. Pinned Wieskamp underneath the bucket. Easy deuce. 14 points for him. That's 2 off of his career high. Cook. Oh, right through Harms. That was an and one, but Cook making it look easy. Tyler Cook now 15 points. Becomes the first player in the Fran McCaffrey era to have 8 straight 15.5 rebound games. Here's Edwards. One doesn't go. Crowd wanted a foul, didn't get it. Cook the other way. Moss runs into Harms, offensive foul. Watch this action by Purdue. We've seen this tonight. A series of up screens and back screens. Watch Carson Edwards go off the screen. Everybody's paying attention to him. Then he circles back and back screens Ryan Kriener. No defensive communication, allowing Matt Harms an easy look at the bucket. That action, that up screen and that in the paint area for Purdue, they've had stellar execution on that all evening. They've been remarkable on the offensive end. They're averaging nearly 1.6 points per possession. I mean, it's just off the charts good. And Fran's going to have his pick of things to look at on the film tomorrow. There are a number of breakdowns that we've seen thus far.
And it continues. Stefanovich's first two.
You know, it's interesting. The national perspective about Purdue was one that was kind of down because they've had some tough losses. But we have to reiterate that they played a very difficult schedule. And the fact that if they can get bench production like they're doing tonight, they can be one of the teams in the upper echelon of this conference.
But quarter three doesn't go from Wieskamp. Edwards has it. Behind the back to Eastern, who lost control of it on the way up. Ball on the floor, and a held ball. That would go to Iowa.
Well, you're talking about a lot of happiness going on right now. Purdue putting on a show for Tyler Trent.
Again, Ethan Happ and Jordan Murphy match up when Wisconsin and Minnesota meet. Big Ten basketball presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans after we're done here. And a couple double machines going head-to-head, Stephen.
Yeah, two of the more unique players in all of college basketball, not just the Big Ten Conference. Guys who coaches would love to have because the consistency level is amazing. And Jordan Murphy, I know he's listed at 6'6", 6'7". I mean, what he's able to do with his frame has been really impressive.
Connor McCaffrey bringing it across for Iowa. The Buckeyes have yet to get a field goal off of their bench. Meanwhile, 31 bench points for Purdue as Cook is fouled on his way to the hoop. It's going to go against Trevion Williams. Matt Painter has to like the way that this is shaping up, particularly going into this gauntlet of a schedule, Steve.
I mean, this is incredible. I mean, Michigan State, at Wisconsin. You get Rutgers at home, and you get the cross-state rival, Indiana. Then you got to go to Ohio State, and then Michigan State at home. And I think the Ohio State team, they may be the most underrated team in the country. Yeah. Nobody's giving them credit. C.J. Jackson is playing as well as any point guard in the league. Big fella up front, Caleb Wesson, is a handful, and Chris Holtman, his group is grizzled and tough.
Yeah, and I don't mean this in a negative way at all. I mean this is an overwhelming compliment. But I think part of the genius of Chris Holtman, and it's showing up in this team, is the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
Yes, I totally agree.
Williams, nice feed inside, freshman to freshman, but unable to finish his wheeler. Now Williams gets it back and lays it in.
Well, Matt Painter's got to be ecstatic. I mean, his bench has responded in a huge fashion. And the type of confidence that you gain from a conference win at home like this, really impressive.
I mean, not just a win, but a blowout against a ranked team.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to stand up for the rest of the season, and so this will offset some of the non-conference losses that Purdue suffered.
Again, you think of the narrative, a team that is a one-man show, a team that just shoots threes. They have completely flipped that script here tonight. Moss rolls it home.
I agree with you, Dave. You know, when you got the second leading scorer in the nation, most teams come in and say, well, if we can slow down Carson Edwards, then we'll have success. Well, if the bench plays like this and they spread the wealth, Purdue all of a sudden becomes dangerous once again.
Here's Eastern working on McCaffrey. Eastern. Now it's Edwards. Rims out, Kriener the rebound.
Pretty unique to have a guard that can post up and pass out, draw a double team.
Williams comes up with a loose ball. Edwards, or Eastern rather, on the break. Eastern right to the hoop, misses the layup. Kriener the rebound. Now stolen away by Stefanovic, and Eastern throws down the jam.
I can go down the line. Hunter, Wheeler, Eastern, Stefanovic. Guys have been excellent this evening.
Kriener gets the roll. 6 points now for Ryan Kriener.
You get concerned if you're a Purdue fan. Will Carson Edwards wear down with the load that he's carrying? Well, his teammates lifted that load tonight.
Here's Edwards, lost the ball. Looked like it may have gone. Ultimately, I guess, went off of him. And so it goes to Iowa.
Well, Eastern gets to the rim and loses control. But Sasha doesn't stop. Shoots the gap, comes up with the steal. Lets Eastern finish off the play. A lot of positives tonight here in Mackey Arena for the Boilers. Hawkeye. I'm looking at this team right now. Macy Daly, Jr. Jordan Bohannon, Jr. Moss is a redshirt junior. Ryan Kriener's a junior. Cook's a junior. Nicholas Bear's a redshirt senior. They've got enough experience, Dave, to come on the road and have a better showing than what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I have to say I'm really surprised. I mean, I thought this would be a very competitive game, and particularly on the defensive end, Iowa just hasn't shown up. Stefanovic hits the three. The redshirt freshman now has 5, and the onslaught continues. Greener, second straight hoop for him, 8 points now.
And if you're Iowa right now, you just want to get some guys that feel better about themselves. You want to compete. Greener gets off a little bit, and he can carry that momentum into the next game, and that's a positive that comes out of the shellacking that we've seen so far.
Shot clock at 6, Eastern. Here's Wheeler. Long three. Aaron Wheeler. 10 points for him.
It's like Iowa's trying to go 4 out, 1 in around Kriener.
Moss rolls it home. That's 13 for Isaiah Moss into double figures for the 5th time this year.
Isaiah Moss is tantalizing with his athleticism, his ability to score the basketball. I think the toughest thing for him has been consistency, but he's shown some effort on the defensive end tonight. He just had his hands full.
I don't know what you do with that.
You can't.
That's indefensible. No, nothing can stop that. That's a beautiful shot by Klein. And the lead is 26. McCaffrey can't get the roll. Been that kind of a night for the Hawkeyes. Eastern the other way. Purdue 50% from 3. They're 62% inside the arc. Have been nearly flawless offensively. Klein fading away, and that one hits absolutely nothing.
Oh, Ryan Klein smiling about that air ball. The reason he's smiling because between the legs, fade away on Ryan Kriener, and Matt Harms is loving it.
Basketball on BTN is presented by Rocket Mortgage, by Quicken Loans, by State Farm, here to help life go right. Talk to a State Farm agent today. And by Country Mart. Get more per gallon. It's been a fun night here in West Lafayette, although a night tinged with sadness. The first home game for the Boilermakers since the passing of Purdue superfan Tyler Trent. And Purdue has put together a really impressive effort in his honor, Stephen.
They really have, and they've continued the tradition of Mackey Arena being one of the toughest places in the Big Ten to come get a victory. Coming to this place, this facility was made for basketball. Gene Caney stomping on the sidelines, and that Painter playing for him and coming back and having tremendous success.
Eifert tried to thread the needle. It ends up in the hands of Detroit. And it's been that kind of a night for Purdue. Everything going the Boilers' way.
And Evan Boudreaux channeling his inner Brian Cardinal with the tough bucket and the look. Brian Cardinal like family to me because his father, Rod Cardinal, was a long-time trainer at the University of Illinois and one of the best human beings ever. And that's why Brian is the way that he is, because of his father and mother, Rod Cardinal. Just a fantastic family. Still mad he didn't play at Illinois. Did I just get that in there?
You did.
Okay.
He made his presence felt here, that's for sure.
He sure did. He made the right decision for him.
That one doesn't go, and rebound torn out of there by Bear. Macy Daly now. And Cook gets the roll.
Tyler Cook's numbers are going to improve in the second half, but really not going to make much difference.
21 points for Tyler Cook. 8th leading scorer in the Big Ten coming in, but to your point, been about the only thing that's gone well for the Hawkeyes here.
Oh, nice back door.
Eifert couldn't finish. Boudreaux can't get the roll.
Purdue has done an outstanding job on Bohannon. They have really picked him up full court every time he's gotten the basketball, made him work side to side. It's been Hunter. It's been Nojel Eastern. Even Ryan Klein has had his chance at guarding Bohannon. They've done a really good job of putting pressure on him.
So Cook going to the free throw line, trying to build on his 21-point outing so far. Averaging about 17 per game coming in. And he hits the free throw. Now 22 points. We were mentioning, they're remembering Tyler Trent here. Those are the warm-up shirts that the Purdue players wore. Those are the ones the Iowa players wore. Fran McCaffrey saying his players went out of their way to say they wanted to participate in honoring Tyler Trent here tonight.
I always think it's so classy when sports teams come together for a cause like this.
That foul's on Eifert, his third. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And you certainly see the unifying role that sports can play. It was certainly a huge part for this Purdue community in rallying around Tyler. It's at the front porch of the university, as we always talk about it. Really remarkable to see the community come together in the way that it did. There you see Fran McCaffrey sporting the button in Tyler Trent's honor as Bohannon, as you would expect, hits both the free throws. 17 free throw attempts now in this game for Iowa. They came in averaging more than 29. That certainly hasn't been why they didn't win this game, Stephen. And the issue's been on the defensive end, but Purdue took them out of that part of their game really effectively.
They did. And like you said, without a traditional post-up threat, Purdue was able to manufacture points at will in the paint in a number of different ways.
And one of the better defensive possessions we've seen from the Hawkeyes in a while. Cook with the rebound. Cook with a head of steam. Doesn't go. Eifert the rebound.
You haven't heard Grady Eifert's name called a lot, but he will be counted on in this long Big Ten season. So much goes on in a 20-game schedule.
Stefanovic can't get it to go. And here's Cook. Cook runs over Boudreaux, and now out of the corner. That one doesn't go from Wieskamp. Here's Bohannon. Jordan Bohannon coming alive a little bit.
Yep, trying to get his feel and his touch here towards the end of the game. You can't tell whether Matt Painter's up 19 or down 19.
Klein with the fadeaway that doesn't go. Here's Bear. Leaves it for Cook. And Tyler Cook Now with 24.
Well, crowd getting a little antsy here. That big cushion has been cut significantly, and Iowa continues to fight.
9-0 run here for the Hawkeyes. Boudreaux. The rainbow that falls.
Again, you know, these are big minutes. It's not just about this game. It's about moving forward. Talks about Boudreaux's offensive struggles before tonight.
Now they're honoring Tyler Trent here in West Lafayette, honoring him with a 19-point lead. Matt Harms and the Boilermakers well on their way to their second Big Ten win as we take a look at our auto owners insurance game leaders, and Harms and Carson Edwards leading the way.
When you can get 14 points from Matt Harms and he's only missed one shot, he's 4 or 5 and perfect from the line, and he's a defensive rim protector. I mean, it takes a lot of pressure off Carson Edwards and gives Purdue really good offensive balance. If they can continue to get this type of balance, I'm telling you, they're going to end up being the surprise of the Big Ten.
And this has been an awfully impressive performance, and it's kind of been building here over the last couple weeks, albeit not against nearly as strong competition, but you've started to see more contributions from the bench. You've started to see the young guys coming around, and it all came together here tonight. Hunter, good. McCaffrey the other way for Iowa.
You know what else I think has really helped Matt Harms is that he doesn't have a bunch of gel on his hands, because last year he was every 5 minutes he was in his hair. Kind of left it alone now. Would you say he might have better gel this year?
I think he may have refined the product.
I think you're right, and this helped his game.
Ryan Kriener now with 10 points. Been a bit of a bright spot for the Hawkeyes. Good hustle by Bohannon, and a hell ball that will go to Purdue, but give Bohannon some credit here. I mean, this game is out of reach, but still playing hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is about a long season. You want to continue to build good habits. Bohannon got his offense going. You know, did a good job defensively there. Tell you what, though, there's enough veterans that locker room should have paint and furniture flying when they get back there, because I know Iowa expected to have a better showing than this.
Nation Daly with a mismatch inside on Harms, and was just grabbing him around the midsection, and ultimately got called for the foul. It was going on for a while in there before the whistle was blown. Iowa with fouls to give, so Daly just wanted out of that matchup.
I don't blame him. The way that Harms has played today.
There's Harms, and Riley Till got him. Foul on Till. Yet we expected this to be a tight game, and it's not turned out to be. Iowa led for only a minute 34 in this one. Off the loose ball, tracked down there in the backcourt by Hunter.
Hunter wanted a chance to get to the rim that time.
Purdue's led by as many as 26. Harms trying the three. Eifert tracks down the rebound. So Purdue going to go to 2-1 in the Big Ten. They will win for the 55th time in their last 59 home games. Hawks will fall for the 9th time in their last 10 visits to Mackey Stevens.
Yeah, tell you what, Purdue sent a message around the league tonight. The way that they played and were able to manufacture points in the paint.
And Klein trying the three that ends up an air ball. So we'll go to Iowa. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if people are going to take this Purdue team lightly because of everyone they lost off last year, do it at your own peril.
That's right. And when Matt Harms comes to play like that, and they can get into the paint and limit their opponent's free throw opportunities like they did against Iowa tonight, they're going to be tough to beat.
Well, they were certainly tough to beat here. Scored 52 points in the first half. They end up with 86 and a comfortable win, 86-70, as Matt Painter's team